What is this obsession with being accepted? It is strange how as humans need to give ourselves importance. We need to single each other out from everything else in the universe. We need to be special, each one of us with our own identity. In this world's current society, this machine in which our world feeds off of, I am considered to be a light-skinned Latino. My classification is not uncommon in South America, which is where my origins come from, but here in Los Angeles, where the Latino population is largely Mexican and Central American, it is not as commonly seen. To the Latino community, those which I am not acquainted with, here in Los Angeles, I am just a white valley girl. There have been several times where I have heard people talking about me in a gas station or any other public area, not knowing that I am fluent in Spanish. I have been stared at by eyes that say, ¿Qué hace esta gringa aquí? Which, it means, what is this white girl doing here? It is difficult to really fit into that community. It doesn't mean that I have anything against any Latino race other than mine. On the contrary, I love them, but just like every other race in the world, they are guilty of seeing someone who doesn't look like them as different and strange. Unless I befriend them, I am just one of the others, one of the white people. I find that funny because I don't consider myself to be white either. Actually, nearly half the things that I have been labeled as, I am not. I have been labeled as a stoner, which I am not. I have been labeled by a few people as a high-maintenance girl, which I most definitely am not. I have also been labeled as weird by many people. I don't even understand the meaning of that. So, leaving aside the million other categories that I am considered a part of, I apparently am a weird stoner white Latino girl. All categories which I do not feel very comfortable in. I cannot even categorize myself. I do not know who I am or what I am. Any word I try to use to describe myself is wrong. I get lost in translation, but this time it isn't from Spanish to English or from English to Spanish. It is from a language that lives within us. We all understand it, but we have steered so far away from it that we have forgotten it. We have been trained to think in a concrete language, one that gives us stability but at the same time weighs us down. Our innate language has been forgotten just like the earth. It is currently being covered by this blanket of concrete. By forgetting our language, we forget what we really are. I have forgotten even what I am. All I know is that my innate language tells me that I am not a weird stoner white Latino girl, but the languages of our society's current state tells me that I am. The closer I try to explain myself, the more blurry it gets, so I would like to try something different. I know that we are complex specimens, which might even be a part of a larger spiritual world. We like to think that we are beings with importance, but what are we really? Instead of going deeper and deeper, I would like to go backwards. Obviously, this cannot completely describe what us humans really are, but for me, it feels like we get a little bit closer. First of all, we are apes, primitive animals. We are life forms whose focus is to live. But let's take this one step beyond that. When you really think about it, we are nothing but balls of empty space and energy, just like everything else in the universe. It might sound negative and a bit scary, but how much more liberating is that? We float within an unimaginably large void where the machine actually has no effect on us. If that is what we really are, then we should not be worried about what the machine says about us. We still exist outside of it. We still have a place.